Hey, what's up? This is Ank here. Now it's getting a little bit colder outside, chances are you may well be looking to pick up a new jacket or a coat, something to keep you a little bit warm over these chilly winter months. And you probably want to look cooler than everyone else as well. Now I've reviewed quite a few jackets and coats and stuff on this channel already, but maybe you're thinking all of those things that have come before, they're just not for me. I want something a little bit wilder, I want something that's so crazy that everyone out on the street has never seen anything like it. Or maybe you're just that kind of person that likes looking at some crazy shit that you can go and buy in the shops right now. Either way, this is the video for you. So let us start with number one. Don't you just hate it when you go somewhere and you need to take both a coat and a sleeping bag with you? Wouldn't it be so much easier if you could just get both of those products and put them into one thing? Well, worry no more, because fashion meme masters Vêtements have come up with just the thing for you in the form of the sleeping bag jacket. The sleeping bag jacket is basically big enough that you can pretty much just crouch down a little bit, tuck your legs in, and then you're pretty much ready to settle down and go to bed anywhere. Now, if that's not tech functionality, I don't know what is. And if that's not enough for you, this thing also has a jacket sling, so you don't have to be sweating one out wearing this all the time. You can just carry it on your back. And it also folds itself up into a nice little bag for ultimate convenience and portability, just like a sleeping bag would, for example. Now this retails at something like £1,800, and to be honest, I'm surprised that it's not more based on the typically insane prices of other Vêtements stuff. You'd pay easily £500 for a jumper, for example, and this thing is probably about the same weight and general bulk of about 10 jumpers. To complete this look, grab yourself a 2-man tent and a packet of s'mores. Now if you want to wear something which is entirely pink but also looks strangely intimidating, then look no further than the Vole Relaxation hoodie. I know this isn't technically a jacket, this is a hoodie, but this was so cool that I just had to include it in here anyway. The concept behind this outrageous looking piece, believe it or not, as you might imagine by the name, is relaxation, and every feature of this jacket is designed with peace and tranquility in mind. So that full zip-up hood, that's designed so you get a little bit of insulated space, your own little personal bubble that no one's really going to disturb you in. Those asymmetric pockets might just look cool, but they're also functional as well. It's so that you can easily give yourself a nice little cuddle and just sit there and be all nice and cozy and warm. And that colour, which they refer to as Baker Miller pink, is apparently designed after some scientific research which suggested that exactly this colour is used to help calm people down. And there's a headphone hole that comes from one of the pockets, so you can listen to some nice relaxing tunes while you're having a little sit down in this thing. Volback even suggest a few playlists for nice ambient relaxing music just to help you settle down a little bit. And if that pink colour is a little bit too much for you, fear not, because there are others available, including perhaps most notably a full blackout version, which of course looks even more intimidating than the pink one. So perfect for unwinding after a long day, but if you go out on the streets with this thing zipped all the way up, do expect people to think that you might be a psychopath. Next up is the Robe Defender from Demo Baza. I'm going to be honest on this one, I could have pretty much picked anything from Demo Baza at random here, because they definitely have a reputation for producing these kinds of pieces which go all out, really over the top stuff, push pretty much everything to the limit design-wise. I picked this piece in particular just because of the sheer size. There is so much going on, so much material, possibly even beats the Vêtements one in terms of pure amount of garment that you've got going on. Like that hood and shawl all-in-one wrap type thing just screams dystopian backstreet weapons dealer. It's so cool. Although this doesn't have sleeves, it does kind of look like you can just tuck them back inside the jacket. So if your arms do get a little bit chilly, you can just sort of wrap up that way. Although I would be careful doing that, because if you ever trip over when you're doing that, then you are guaranteed to just smack your face on the floor. Now this next one is something you may well have seen already, because Skepta a couple of months ago did a little model shoot when he was wearing it. Cray Green has traditionally, again, got a bit of a reputation for designing these pieces which are very out there stylistically, and this one, which is a collab with Moncler, is certainly no exception to that rule. I also have to confess that I couldn't find exactly this all-in-one type boiler suit thing available in stores to buy, but what I did find is some more sort of ready-to-wear, slightly toned down versions. Emphasis on slightly, of course, because the main body of these jackets are pretty pretty much identical to this all-in-one version, just without the pants. Personally, I'm not that much of a puffer jacket kind of guy, but those tonal straps as well just give a really cool contrast between like super big and fat and then super delicate and wavy. I kind of like that sort of thing that I think perhaps not that many people are doing. You either go all out on the thin delicate straps or all out on just bulk. So to have those both together kind of mashed up in one garment, I think that's quite an interesting thing to do. Either way though, you're going to turn some heads if you show up at your local pub with any of these garments on. Finally, we have an obligatory inclusion of Rick Owens in this winter coat from his latest collection. Now, as many of you may know already, Rick has pretty much made a career out of messing about with silhouettes and going for super extended, very drapey looking things. And this coat, in many respects, is no exception to that rule. In some respects, this looks like quite a classic traditional coat. What with that lapel, the single breast, the pockets on each side, if it weren't for the fact, of course, that not only is this massively extended well past the knee, the pockets are probably 2 or 3 times the size that they would ordinarily be, and what looks like the original sleeves have been totally replaced with something different altogether. These things look like they're pulled out of one of Rick Owens' long sleeve t-shirts, for example, and have these sort of strange different tonal patches going on, which in some respects is totally at odds with the rest of the coat. This might overtly be the least crazy looking piece here. I feel like pretty much everything else is either super dystopian, very futuristic, retro-futuristic even, whereas this has some kind of grounding in a traditional coat. But I think the very fact that it does have that grounding, and then Rick has kind of played with those lengths and made everything very, very different to how it would normally be presented, makes it in itself a crazy jacket. You can guarantee that if someone catches a glance at this jacket, and especially those crazy elongated sleeves, they're gonna stop for another look. Bonus points, of course, because of those sleeves, you don't need to buy gloves with this. Not that you'll have any money to afford them, of course, because this jacket retails at over 5,000 euros. So that was 5 of the craziest coats which happen to be out there at the moment. Do let me know if you guys have seen anything else that you think is worthy of a mention on this list. I know that there are a couple of other sort of like mad designs and sort of strange featured things that have popped up, but I do wanted to keep it to things that you can actually go out and buy for the most part. Also, of course, let me know if you're motivated to pick any of these jackets up after this video. Personally, I think if I was going to pick one, I would maybe go for the Vetements one. I know that sounds weird, but there's something that I just think is kind of weirdly cool about it. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, of course, do make sure to give it a like. I do super appreciate it, and I really appreciate the support on all of the recent videos. I'm going to have some more cool stuff coming up in the future, of course, so do keep an eye out for those future videos. And thanks very much for watching, and of course, as always, I will catch you in the next one. Shout out to Mick for liking both the video and the booty. And shout out to X Ailzor, thank you, I'm glad that you want to see more videos. I'm going to try and aim to do the odd kind of bonus one midweek, as well as the kind of once a week ones. So we'll see how that one goes, watch this space. If you want to catch some more videos, they will be up there for your viewing pleasure. And if you've seen all the videos, and you want to be notified when some more come out next week and the week after that, etc., then boom, you can hit that little button, and then you can see those as soon as they're uploaded. Be part of that notification squad.